I was driving down the road and a dang bug flew in and hit me in the eyeball. It's gonna be a long night. It was supposed to rain yesterday. All right, guys, so we have made it. This weekend, we are back out at Hopkins Prairie. My typical campsite that I like to camp at the end down there is already in use. So I decided to go ahead and try this spot right here. It's pretty centrally located. We may have some traffic going back and forth, not a huge deal. But it is really, really shaded, but it's open enough that we'll get some good airflow, which may make a difference with the heat. We also have some rain coming, and with this cover overhead, that'll probably help too. So it's not exactly what we wanted to do this weekend, but it's going to be a good time. So now it is almost lunchtime, and I haven't hardly eaten anything today, so I'm about to make me something for lunch. We'll go ahead and get camp set up and then settle in and chill. With it being summertime, it's only prudent to hammock camp, right? That's what we're gonna do. We got some rain coming in this afternoon, so I'll definitely set up my tarp. I think I'm gonna set that tarp up a little closer to my hammock than I normally do, so I can kind of hunker down a little bit, because that storm looks like it's gonna be pretty bad. Come on, there we go. Just a slight breeze blowing, and it feels so good. All right, we got the hammock set up. Let's get this tarp set up and make me some lunch. I'm hungry. So what I've done in preparation for that storm, if I'm not off my mark, that storm should be coming this direction. And if that's the case, I went ahead and closed this end of my hammock tarp down. It's not completely closed, there is a little airflow through there, but I have narrowed it down to where I can lessen the chance of blowing rain getting in there on my hammock. The far end I have opened up, so I'll have plenty of room to sit my chair under there and relax under there, just in case the rain comes and sits in for any amount of time. It looks like the rain or the storm is going to be bad, but you know how that is. I might plan for it and it might never show up, but I'd rather be prepared than not prepared. Oh, man. It's hot even here in the shade. So, what are we going to do for lunch then? Spicy ramen noodles. That makes a lot of sense, right? We're going to use the new Nature Hike stove. If you guys haven't watched that video, I'll put the link up here. This little stove turned out to be pretty cool, honestly. So if you're interested in that, go watch that video. We're going to use this little stove and make us some ramen noodles. I'll be honest with you, I haven't had any ramen noodles in a while. And I was trying to figure out what to have for lunch today, and I was at the Dollar General and I saw those ramen noodles and I was like, man, that would be pretty good. So, hadn't really thought about how hot it is, but it is what it is. No biggie. So, I was driving, and I drive with my windows down all the time. And a dang beetle or something flew in and hit me in the eyeball. Just, I mean, almost felt like I was punched. And I've got a piece of it somewhere in my eye. I can feel it. And I've tried to wash it out several times with water. I use that Visine stuff. That stuff has definitely helped it not hurt so bad, but it feels like it's swollen. Not ideal. But I just realized something, that this little stove doesn't have an igniter on it, and I don't have my lighter in my pocket. Let me run grab that real quick. Got it. Bic to the rescue. Oh, I don't need it yet. Get your stuff together, Sean. So, I'm gonna cook that ramen noodles in my little cup here. So, I typically don't like to break my ramen noodles up. You guys let me know what you think. I like to leave my ramen noodles long, but I know some people crush them all up and make them smaller, but that's not how I typically do it. But because of this cup, I believe I'm gonna have to break them into smaller pieces. These ramen noodles here are so much better than the little cheap ramen noodles. And these aren't really expensive, but they're more expensive than just the regular little cheapy ramen noodles. All right, get in there. Something like that should work. Now, I think because it is so freaking hot, I'm gonna put this over here away from me. That's just about right. Now I know that most of you will say, oh, I don't eat that garbage. But tell me, being honest, what's your favorite ramen noodles? Chicken, beef? Is it the seafood or the shrimp? I really like this one right here. This is the spicy beef. It's too hot right now. I'm gonna let that set, and then as soon as it cools off a little bit, I'm gonna eat my lunch. That breeze blowing in sure feels like rain. But I was checking the radar, and now I don't see any rain around us close, even though the clouds over there are getting kind of dark. So you never can tell. But I would venture to guess that we will see some rain here in a little while. You can just feel it in the air. I don't know if I've scratched my eye or what, but it it's kind of feels kind of blurry out that side. Hope I didn't scratch my eyeball. It sure is sore. I know that much. So do you happen to remember earlier when I said the storm would be coming from this way, if I'm not mistaken? Looks like I was mistaken. The storm's actually going that way. No biggie. I can literally pull 2 stakes on either end, swap it around. Not a big deal. But I was just mistaken, I guess. The storms typically come from that way, but this time it's coming from this way. That's all right. I would have figured it out at some point anyway. And it actually looks like just blue skies back over there with a few clouds, so who knows. Now looking at the app on my phone, it does show that there's some stuff building and coming in. It's kind of clear right now, but around 4 o'clock we should start getting something. So that'll be okay. We're pretty much prepared for it. I'm not too worried about it. Actually, I kind of look forward to it. You guys know I don't like thunderstorms and lightning and stuff like that, but I do love hanging out under a tarp with it raining. So, honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Earlier I said this is not what we were planning on, and it's not what I had planned. I had planned this weekend to hike in the hidden pond. That's what I wanted to do. Hike in the hidden pond, swim some, and hang out there. I haven't been there in quite a while. But unfortunately, Sarah has gotten a little bit sick. Well, she's actually considerably sick. She's not feeling well at all. And I figured it would be better if I was here beside the Jeep. Just in case she needed me, I could pack up, throw everything in there real quick and run home. It's still an hour and a half from me, but if I hiked in there, then had to break down, hike all the way back out, and then run home, it would take me considerably longer. And it would be a lot more difficult if it happened in the middle of the night. So here, if it happened at night, I could just break down real quick and take off. So it is what it is. I'd much rather be ready to take care of her if she needs me. So I've been surprised. It's been very little traffic in here. The only thing I really have seen is there were some people camped down here, and they packed up earlier and left. And there's only a few other people camped in here, so it's been really quiet. I really love this little area right here. Now in the fall, right at hunting season and stuff, it gets pretty packed up and noisy. But right now, it's nice and quiet. It is breezy, even though it is warm. It's breezy, and it's bearable. I like it. When it is hot, these sniper bells are awesome. You can wet them down like this, and as the breeze blows through them, they cool you off, and they feel awesome. Might look kind of silly, but it feels good. There. Does that look cooler? I don't think so. So, just down the road there is the swimming hole. And I kind of was half tempted a little bit to go down there and swim some, but the problem is I don't really want to leave my campsite with all my gear here. And that's one of the downfalls to camping by yourself. Nobody to watch camp if you leave camp. And I don't know, I just kind of hate I kind of hate to leave camp unattended like that. I know probably wouldn't nobody around here bother anything. But you never know. And I would hate to come back and my hammock be gone, or you know, something like that. So I don't know. I may still decide to go. We'll see. Right now I'm gonna do a little wood carving. I haven't carved in a while. We'll start with this thing and see what we come up with. Alright, this is what I got so far. So I carved this little guy. I don't know if he's like a gnome or a Santa Claus or what, but he's got his little, it looks like a little sleeping hat on like they used to wear back in the day. I don't know if I'm gonna put him in a robe or what, but that's what I got so far anyway. He's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm a little out of practice. My proportions are not exactly correct. But I did put him a little robe on. And these are like those big collars. That's what I was trying to do anyway. Proportions aren't correct. But been a while since I carved anything, so I got to get back in the groove of it. I have got to get me some more tools. I need some gouges and things like that. That would make everything a lot easier to do, and it would look a lot better when I got done. But for just using one knife, one tool, I'm pretty happy with that. But I have been sitting here for an hour and a half or better, just carving, and it has been so peaceful and quiet here. I mean, every now and then you can hear a kid like kind of laugh or yell like they're playing right over there, but it's not very loud, and it's not very often either. I haven't seen, I think I've seen that one car drive through here, and that was it. Oh, and those people leave earlier, but really, I've pretty much had this whole spot right here to myself. It's been nice. It's been very relaxing. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm sleepy. I could go get in that hammock right now and go to sleep. But just sitting here carving, this little guy here has been so relaxing that I could just go crash out. But it's not going to be too long before I'm going to make some dinner. I got some just stir-fry steak, and I went ahead and seasoned it before I froze it, and so it's in the cooler thawing out. But I thought that would be so simple to do with the little stove that I've got and my little frying pan. And I could just make me some stir-fry steak for dinner tonight. I am not building a fire. It is far too hot and humid to build a fire, so I don't even plan to build a fire tonight. I did get me a citronella candle, because I thought, you know, I will definitely stay up for a while tonight, and I'll need something. So I got me a citronella candle earlier that I can light and set up out here. But I got something a little bit later I want to show you too that I recently got and I'm enjoying, and I think it's going to help me on those nights when I have insomnia and I can't sleep. That's the whole reason I got it, actually. But we'll talk about that in a little while. Seems like the storm is going around us on both sides. But you can see back over there, boy, it is getting down. It's putting the water down over there. And back over this way, it's packing up and building up with clouds. But I've been hearing the thunder for 30 minutes or so. But at this point, it seems like it's going to pass us by. It's kind of cool, honestly, to sit here and have this point of view, because I can watch it storming over there, and I can watch those clouds moving across, and they'll build up and then dissipate. It's kind of neat. I think I want to sit here and watch the show. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to make my dinner. And a while back, me and my buddy Carl were talking. I told him I would like to have one of those really old cowboy skillets that you could just throw in your pack. The little cold handle skillets, the really tiny ones. And Carl got me one. Check this little thing out. How cool is this? So it's really tiny. It's good enough for a couple of eggs maybe. But tonight, I'm gonna push it to its limit and I'm gonna try to cook some steak in it. So it may or may not work. I've got another pan if I have to, but I wanted to try out my little skillet tonight, so let's see. I didn't bring any oil, which may be a downfall. I didn't bring any butter or anything. But I think if I can keep this heat low enough and just keep the meat moving, the little bit of fat that it's got in it should make its own grease or whatever. So we'll see. I don't know. But that was one of the things that I was interested about this little stove here, is could I keep the flames low enough on it, because it's pretty touchy. But we're gonna try, see what happens anyway. Seems like I've only got flame. Yeah, I only had flame coming out of one of the burners. If I'm very careful, it's pretty touchy. But I can get that flame pretty low. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead get ready. Got my tongs together. Let's see what happens here. I'll probably have to do this in a few batches, but that's all right. I've got quite a bit of steak here. This is a cool little skillet. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate it, buddy. I've been wanting one of these. Oh yeah, that's working perfect. That little thing is keeping a fairly low flame. It's super bright orange though. I hope I got enough fuel to get through this. We're getting there. All right. Ooh. Better hold on to it. Yeah, there we go. Very tender. Be really good if I had some white rice to put it on. Oh yeah. So this has actually worked out really good. It's kind of like having at one of those fancy restaurants where they bring you out the hot rock to put your steak on to keep it hot. That's kind of what this has been like. So I'll take the hot stuff off of there that's done cooking, put my new stuff in there. I can cook it while I'm eating the other stuff, and I've got hot steak the whole time. That is pretty good. And it was very, very convenient to do it with these fajita pieces. It's nice and tender, and turned out really, really good. So, Carl, I appreciate this little pan, man. That thing's working out really good. Well, dinner was delicious. Now, I gotta clean my dinner dishes up and put everything away, because there are definitely bears in this area. So, we are careful for the bears for their sake as much as ours. If you aren't smart, you can accidentally do something, get a bear killed. And what I mean by that is, if you leave food out, if you leave your dirty dishes out, something like that, that attracts a bear in, and that bear comes into your camp, somebody sees him as aggressive, he comes in, tears some stuff up, they may hunt that bear down and shoot him. And ultimately, it wouldn't be his fault, because you left a mess in camp, and he just did what a bear does. He sneaks around and finds him some picnic baskets. So, be careful with your food when you're out here. Don't leave stuff out. Don't pour stuff out here on the ground beside you. Just be conscious of it. Be safe for your own protection and for the bear's protection, because we don't want to do anything that's gonna get a bear killed unnecessarily. So, I'll get off my soapbox now. So I've been wanting to get a shot of the bats coming out of the bat house here for a very long time. I think tonight I'm gonna just try to stake it out. I don't believe they've left yet. I'm gonna try to wait it out, just see. Well, once again, I got here a little early, I think, for the bats, and I've hung out for a little while. But wow, look at that. How beautiful is that? That's just unbelievable. I don't think the video does it justice. It's getting to be dusk. I think these bats will come out here in a little while. I don't have anything else planned, anything else to do. So I'm gonna try to just stake this out. I wanna get them, if I can, this evening coming out of there. It's been something that's been eluding me for a while, so I'm gonna try to do it. As you can see over here, that storm that went around us earlier is actually building over there and sort of backing up into us. So I don't know if we'll even get any rain tonight or not, but I'm hearing rumbling again over there. And it's definitely getting dark behind me over there, so I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to get some rain, maybe knock the temperature down a little bit and cool it off some. I did bring my fan this evening, or for this trip too, to go in my hammock, which will make it a lot more comfortable. But I would like to have it rain some. That way we could just have some time under the tarp with it raining. That'd be nice. Well, I was trying my best to wait on those bats, but I don't know if they're just not in there. Maybe they're gone right now. I don't know, but it's a lot darker here than it is in the video, and there's just nothing. I walked over there, I don't even hear any sounds in there. So I don't know. I guess I missed them again, or they're just not here right now. So one of these days I'm gonna get them, though. One of these days I'm gonna catch them. Let's go back to camp. All right, mosquitoes are starting to come out. It has gotten dark. See if this citronella candle helps at all. May not help too much being up here, huh? Might have to lower it down some. I think I'm gonna have to get us a little more light. Excuse me. There, I think that helps out some. So I want to show you guys something. If I can figure out what I did with it. Here it is. Like I said earlier, I've been looking for something that would help me out when my insomnia kicks in late in the evening. And like tonight, it wouldn't be that big a deal because I'm here by myself. But when I'm camping with some friends or something like that, when my insomnia kicks in, it is a pain, because then I have to be up for hours trying to be quiet, killing the battery on my phone while I'm trying to, watch videos and stuff like that. And so I got to thinking about something. I wanted to get me some sort of handheld device to play that I wouldn't be killing the battery on my phone. Because if I kill the battery on this thing, it's not the end of the world. If I kill the battery on my phone, that's my communication. So Greg kind of looked around online and found me something. I didn't want something that was going to cost a fortune, because I'm not going to play it that often. But Greg found me this this little game here. This is, If I can remember the name of it. What's it called? Anbernick. It's Anbernick, I believe is what it is. I'll put a link. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can check it out if you want to. But it's sort of like a Game Boy or one of those things, a PSP or something, but the screen's a lot smaller. But there is a lot of these things out there on the market with a lot of different games built into them. So this one, the system has a ton of different games in it. This one, I think Greg's got something like 2,000 games in this thing. But I don't know if you can see that or not, but I've got PC games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, Sega, Neo Geo, I don't know what that is, PlayStation games on here. There's some PSP games on here, all sorts of stuff. And I have been playing a lot. There's some Atari games on here, old Atari games, which is cool. This is like computer games. Atari 7800, Commodore. There's so many different games on here. And this thing Bluetooths to my earbuds, so I can sit there and listen to the game through my earbuds. And like I said, there's something like maybe close to 2,000 games on here, I think. I can't remember exactly. But I've been playing Tony Hawk skateboarding on here, snowboarding. I've played Gran Turismo 2 on here, a lot of the Mario games and stuff. So this thing right here, it's small, it doesn't take up much weight, and the battery on it will last up to 8 hours. So over a couple of days, that's way more than I'm ever going to play this thing. I never play it more than about 10 or 15 minutes at a time anyway. But I figured if I get up in the middle of the night and I'm bored, I could play some video games on this thing, and it would keep me from burning up the battery on my phone, and it would allow me something to do instead of just sitting there in my hammock twiddling my thumbs trying to be quiet. So I just thought I'd bring this up to you. I know not everybody's into video games. I really don't play a lot of video games myself, but having something like this, you know, really, I don't know, it just gives me some comfort knowing that I have something else to do when, you know, that insomnia kicks in and I just can't sleep. So, I don't know, I wanted to bring it to you, give it to you as an option, and just give you something to think about. So, I think I'm going to sit here and play some video games, enjoy the sounds of nature, and just chill for a little while before I go to bed. That's how good I am. Well, it has started raining. It's just very super light right now, but it looks like there's going to be more coming. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of looking forward to it because it's hot. The humidity has come up after the sun went down, and it is hot. So I would honestly welcome some rain to bring that temperature down. I did bring my fan, but if it doesn't rain and bring the temperature down, it's going to be a rough night. It's going to be a long night. That humidity is ridiculous. But I'm going to go ahead and climb in this hammock and do my best to get me some sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I slept great once I got to sleep. I didn't get to sleep till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Laid there and it was just so hot and the humidity was ridiculous. At like 12:30 I got up. I walked around for a minute because I couldn't sleep, so I got up and walked around a little bit, and it was so quiet here. And I checked the temperature on my little thermometer over there, and it was like 84 degrees at 12:30, which is ridiculous. It said it was going to be like 72 degrees, but it was still hot and the humidity was thick. But I got up and walked around for a little bit and went and sat back down in my chair and played my game for a couple of minutes. And I was so sleepy, I just couldn't get to sleep. But I laid back down that time, and this little thing is a must-have for summer camping in Florida, at least something like that. If not something bigger, if I was in a tent, that wouldn't be enough. But in my hammock, I can hang it on my ridge line. I hung it on my ridge line about where my knees are and blew it back towards my face. And it definitely helps. But anyway, after I laid down the second time, I turned my fan on medium. I normally run it on low, which is fine, but I turned it on medium to get some airflow. And I was able to get to sleep. And boy, once I went to sleep, I was gone. I didn't wake up till 7:45. It is now, I don't know if you can see that, it's 8:19. And I haven't heard a peep out of anyone around here. 8:19 in the morning, I haven't heard a sound. That's pretty nice. This has been a really peaceful trip, even though there is other people in the campground. It's been really peaceful. Now, last night, right before bed, some people pulled up across the prairie there in that little spot that me and Tony camped at from Random Adventures 2.0 Tony. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it up here. But they camped over there and they had some lights shining around and all that stuff for a few minutes, but they weren't noisy. Yeah, it's been a nice, relaxing trip. I needed a trip to get out and camp for the night. That first cup of coffee in the morning, you could feel it putting life back into you. I do want to go ahead and get packed up pretty quick and get out of here though, because I need to get back to my wife. She was not feeling good, so kind of feel a little guilty coming out here and her being sick at home. She told me to go, which I knew she would, but I've been planning this trip literally since the day I got the Jeep fired up. But she told me to go, she'd be fine. But I kind of feel guilty with her being sick at home and me out here. It was supposed to rain yesterday, and that never happened. I waited and waited for that rain last night, hoping that it was gonna come on in and cool it down, but the rain never came. That's what you get in Florida. Sometimes it rains when you want it to, sometimes it rains when you don't. But you can't plan that kind of thing, it just happens. Would have been nice though if it had rained and chilled it off a little bit last night, because it flat sure was hot. But I didn't bring anything to make for breakfast this morning, and I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think I am going to go ahead and get packed up and roll out of here and go find me something for breakfast. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be honest with you, this little nature hike chair has worked out really, really good. It's good and sturdy. I never feel like it's gonna bend or fold or anything like that. It's worked out great. And these little feet do seem to hold up pretty well in the dirt, which was one of my questions. I didn't know how they'd actually hold up. And I like how small it packs down too. So this is the YL05 Nature Hike YL05. Packs down pretty small, doesn't weigh much. It's a pretty good little chair. Can't forget these. All right, guys, so we are pretty much packed up. Last thing that gets put up is the coffee. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there and ring that notification bell so you get notified next time we put out a video. You can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. I appreciate you guys watching. I had a blast. I'll see you next week.